So this is really for Noel Plum, but I wanted Eve to hear it in case she cared about it. I kind of suggested that there's some interesting arguments for the belief in God. Now, I won't say for the existence of God, but I'll say for the belief of God. And it cuts both ways. It's the Asperger's argument for the existence of God. And Milo Yiannopoulos uses this. He says, well, I just think a lack of belief in God is kind of like Asperger's. And when Eve was referring to, well, when someone has been in a community raised by wolves, they can't develop certain social skills. This is actually so I'll call these all sort of an Asperger's type of symptom of a lack of belief in God. So a community sense. Now, why I sometimes engage in this conversation is I do believe that there's a baby with the bathwater kind of thing. And I think it's a healthy conversation to get into the existence of God. I often use the concept of the existence of God as a tool to think about things. I take things generally a step further. I say, if I were God, what would I do? And I sort of forgive myself for not believing in God when I do, because I look at it from the perspective of, if I were God, what would I want from me? I'm acting from the position of responsibility. One of the criticisms I have of people that use God as an excuse not to take responsibility, and I'm not accusing anyone specifically of doing that, and I think many Christians do take responsibility for their beliefs, and so I can't speak for all religions, but I can speak specifically. I've observed people take responsibility, but they tend to get very defensive around atheism, but that's whatever. It's not a big deal from my perspective. So yes, this was the argument I was trying to get you to realize. When Milo was telling people the atheists were a sense of Asperger's, it's a double-edged sword, because just because you don't believe in God doesn't prove that God exists. Yes, you have to have the capacity for belief in God, but that doesn't mean that there is a God, right? Okay, that's a proof for the belief in God, but not proof for the existence of God. So that's basically my argument, how that would go there. I don't worry about God, because any God that would be a creator would appreciate my honesty, would appreciate my positive qualities, and wouldn't be concerned with the lack of a belief in a God. So anyways, that's the Asperger's argument for the existence of God.